Wish you a merry life day. Okay, go ahead. We wish you a merry life day.
We wish you a merry life day. We wish you a merry life day.
I'm so sorry.
And a happy
life
year day. Wonderful.
Star Wars, everybody.
Welcome back to Barnard Babble Podcast. I'm Erica.
I'm Justin.
And we are the Barnards, you guys. And Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. It's December.
It's here. I'm sorry. Listen.
It is the month of Mariah Carey.
Huh?
This is her month. She owns it proudly.
Isn't she trying to be like the queen of Christmas or something?
She is the queen of Christmas.
No. I think she's trying to get like copyright. Look, there's some lady out there who makes like crappy like cover Christmas songs or something, right? And she wanted to like copyright like the phrase, like the title, Queen of Christmas or something.
She wanted
like
copyright.
And so,
the Queen of Christmas.
Yeah, and like people often claim Mariah is the Queen of Christmas or the Christmas Queen. Oh, the Christmas, the Christmas Queen.
Oh God. It's like, what happened?
The Christmas Queen. Yeah. And I don't know, there's some drama going back and forth. Listen, it's out there. Look it up, y'all. Fall into the rabbit hole.
Okay, well.
Happy December.
I hope everyone so far is enjoying the month and the festivities. If you celebrate, if you're a Grinch, I feel that too. Hope you're having a good Grinch time.
I'm right here, baby.
Yeah, I hope you're having a good December. I hope it's going well for you. I personally have been wassailing in the streets. I've been wearing my jingle bells.
Wassailing in the streets. And you haven't been arrested yet?
Nope. I got my Christmas sweaters. Been drinking hot cider almost every day. Watched a couple of Christmas movies already.
Doing good.
I've been enjoying it so far, listening to my holiday jazz while I cook.
Holiday jazz?
It's been a very good time so far.
Didn't you just like hear a new song that you hadn't heard before? It was like, I don't mind being alone on Christmas.
Yeah, I'd never heard it before, and it was great. It was like, I'm alone this year or something, and that's great.
And
like,
that's
it was
fine by me.
Yeah, it was a very positive I'm by myself and lonely on Christmas song. It was great.
But they were fine with it.
They were happy. They were like, since everybody gone, I'm going to do what I want to do this Christmas. It was great.
And this one goes out to all the lonely folks.
Yeah. I was like, okay, the lonely people need a Christmas song. They really do.
Yeah. But you're right. Like the song was like the little bit that I heard, it was a beat. Yeah.
It was a good song.
The person was fine with having no one in their life.
Yeah, they were happy with it. Yes. Well, since it is the holiday season, you guys, we're going to start kicking off some holiday podcast episodes talking about some of our favorite Christmas movies and things throughout the years. You know, your favorites like Elf, It's a Wonderful Life. Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph, the Rankin Bass ones.
I didn't know. I was like, baby, it's called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was like, she forgot his whole name.
Yeah.
Jack Frost, the horror movie, not Jack Frost starring what's his face?
Batman?
Yo, man.
Beetlejuice?
Keith, no.
Michael
Keaton.
Woo!
Yeah, Jack Frost, the horror movie. Terrible film. Don't seek it out.
Oh my goodness. My favorite, Arthur Christmas. I love that one.
Listen.
People sleep on Arthur Christmas, and I absolutely love it.
People, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. Erica's made me watch it multiple times now. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Remember that one like Santa movie? It was like the Origins of Santa or Origins of Christmas. Remember that one? It came out on Netflix a couple years ago. It's pretty good.
No.
You don't? Like
I'm like, no.
Like this guy's like a mailman and he goes to this city and like they don't have...
Oh, it's animated. Yeah. Yes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think it was called Kringle.
Something like that.
Kringle or Noel or... I don't know.
Noel, maybe.
It was really good though.
It was something. Well, I remember thinking that, we're going to watch the movie every year or something like that. And we like watched once and we're like, that's fine.
We only watched it the one time.
It was a solid movie. Point is, there are a lot of Christmas movies out there. Have you seen Home Alone? Wait, is Home Alone 1 a Christmas movie?
They're both Christmas movies. Please don't embarrass me like this. Please don't embarrass me. They're both Christmas movies.
Sorry, did I say one? I meant three. Is Home Alone 3 a
Three
Christmas
is
movie?
also a Christmas baby.
Wait, what?
They're Christmas movies. What are you doing?
It's Home Alone 4 a Christmas
Oh my
movie.
God. So anyway,
I love those movies. It's just jokes for the podcast.
We were thinking of, well, what are we going to talk about this month? Everybody's seen all this stuff, and we have our traditional movies that we watch, and we will probably talk about some of those later in the month. But we were like, you know what? There's one thing we have not watched. There's one Christmas special that has missed us.
What are you saying, baby? We've seen them all.
That has missed us, and that is the Star Wars Holiday Special. Never seen it. We've always heard of it, but we've never seen it.
Oh, that one. Listen, starting off, I could take or leave Star Wars. I truly don't care. There, I said it. Look, I like Andor. I like most parts of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't seen Boba Fett. Heard horrible things about Obi-Wan. The prequels, I grew with them. I was 9 when episode 1 came out. Loved them. They're terrible now. The sequel trilogy. I understand why you like some of them and understand why you hate others.
Sure.
And the originals, I eventually did see. Meh. They're fine. They're movies. They're not for me. Listen. And through all of that, I really didn't even really hear about the Christmas special until I really...
It's a holiday special. You keep calling it a Christmas special.
I'm so sorry.
But it's a holiday special.
Okay, we're trying to be all-inclusive.
Well, that's the name of it. It's not called a Star Wars Christmas special.
I am so sorry. Listen, the Star Wars Holiday Special.
It's called the Holiday Special.
Forgive me. Even through all that, I really heard about it. I mean, years ago, I watched a couple of videos, people, talking about it, but nothing stuck. Like, truly, nothing stuck. It was one of those things that just kind of went over, it went through me. Like, I watched it and I immediately forgot it. And so when people were talking about it, I think Erica was bringing it up. She said we were going to watch it on our stream. And I was, oh, okay. What is it again? Huh? What? And then we were telling people on our Twitch stream that, hey, we're going to watch this movie, this Friday or whatever. And they were like, why? Why do you want to hurt yourself? So, and
some of them were excited because it's so bad.
People were excited because of the movie, the made-for-TV special movie is infamous. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
And I really didn't realize what we were getting ourselves into until we started to watch it. And the evil almost took our souls, y'all.
It really was something else. I'm glad that we got to watch it and experience it with a group of people though, on the stream, and that was fun because they kind of let us know when the really bad parts were coming, and then also when some of the kind of cool parts were coming. We learned a couple things, like a lot of the cast was high as a kite while they were filming.
Allegedly,
it was the 70s, and a lot of people were on a lot of things back then.
Listen, that wasn't just powdered sugar on those donuts. Listen. Craft Services was providing.
Okay. But it is truly a sight to behold. So why not continue to share this with the world? I think a lot of people have talked about the holiday special. Whatever. It's our time to do it. Our time is now. Down here, it's our time. It's our time now down here. Tell us if you know. Tell me if you know what that quote's from. No. Anyway.
Don't you mean up here? Because it takes place in the trees, baby.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
It's a Goonies quote. Anyway.
What are you telling me? I'm sure someone would have been like, is it the Goonies?
It's Goonies. All right, y'all. So this monstrosity, that's a word? Monstrosity?
What'd you say first?
Monstrosity.
What did that sound like? Like a
city.
A Key and Peele like football play. My name is Monstrosity.
It sounded like a city in Monsters Inc.
Monstrosity, okay.
Okay, this now I feel like I can't say it. Monstrosity? Oh my God.
Oh no. Straw.
Monstrosity? Oh my God. This film, okay.
You're saying it too slow. Just say it faster. Monstrosity.
Monstrosity. Thank you. I just need you to say it. That's all I needed. All right. Came out in 1978, November 17th.
Good job.
Okay. And this was actually kind of technically a Thanksgiving special.
Huh?
Because it came out in the middle of November, and their plans were for like people to watch it around Thanksgiving holiday with their family.
Oh, well, you know what? That's fair because we've been talking about how Thanksgiving don't have nothing. So good for them for almost getting this.
Right.
They wouldn't want to claim it though.
They wouldn't. Well, no one wants to claim this film. We will get there.
Oof.
Should we talk about our just first thoughts on it before we get into hear some actual things about the film. First and
hot
foremost,
garbage. Oh,
well,
okay,
yes,
okay, go ahead.
It is hot garbage, but you can tell right away that you are not watching a movie. This was something that was made for television. We start out with Han Solo and Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon. Y'all, that Millennium Falcon looked like it was made of cardboard.
Yeah, very cheap.
It looked very cheap. They're moving around, they're shaking. And the plot of the film is Han is trying to get Chewie home for Life Day.
Back home, back to his home planet.
To be with his wife, his child, and his father or grandpa?
You know what? Let's just go with dad.
His dad?
His dad, Itchy. His son,
that's correct.
His son, Lumpy. Yeah. And his loving wife,
Mala.
Okay.
Yeah, Mala.
We'll get to Mala. Lord have mercy.
But demise.
But
God. That's the point.
That's the premise. Yeah.
That's the premise of the film.
Which is not a terrible premise. I mean, whatever. But oof, the execution, guys. Ugh.
It looks really bad. And so we open with this matte painting, if you want to even call it that, of Chewbacca's home where his family lives. And we are immediately introduced to, Lumpy and Itchy and Mala. Yeah. They look like nightmare fuel.
It's pretty jarring there. I don't know. Because I think even if these creatures were in the movies with like a bigger budget and like, better quality, film and whatnot, you still would have been like, oof.
Oh, they're really oof, especially Itchy, the grandpa character.
Itchy, yeah.
His is it an overbite? Is almost touching his nose.
Yeah, the overbite is.
It is wild. Like that bottom lip is touching his eyebrows. Well, they're all eyebrows, but
it's a look.
But it's pretty creepy, pretty scary.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. It scared me. Some of the scenes, and there were a lot of close-up shots on them, and it was just kind of like, why?
This is close up the movie, yeah.
Why are we so close on these characters? But so the whole film, I guess George Lucas, he wrote up a little script, nothing crazy, right? Just like a little, maybe we should do this. And he wanted to be very Wookiee focused. Well, because he almost wanted the whole thing to just be a special about Wookiees.
Well, let me ask you this before you keep going: was it okay? So this was his idea. He wanted to do this. This wasn't like the studio saying we need more Star Wars stuff.
No, it was.
It was.
I didn't want to get. I mean, I guess yes. Let's get in. We can get into. We're gonna go back and forth. I guess between.
Sure.
Actual facts and just vibes of the film.
And vibes. Listen. Yeah. Well, I mean, because they wanted something to, go in between the first and second movies, right?
Yes. 20th Century Fox and CBS approached George Lucas about doing a special for television while he was making while he was making The Empire Strikes Back. Okay. And he was like, sure, why not?
Sure, I do. Hey, you know what? I do love money. You're promising me more money if I do this. What's that? More toys?
Can I have merchandising rights? Is that okay?
How about you save the poor George Lucas impressions to me? How about you leave it to me?
How about you let me just do what I want to do?
Do it again. Go ahead.
No.
Say a sentence.
I don't like being put on the spot, but it'll come out again. So George Lucas was like, yeah, that sounds fine. Here's this Wookiee Bible. He had a Wookiee Bible that he gave them. And
they threw it out the window.
Well, kind of. They did take a lot of things from it. But, so it was his idea, there's so much dead space in this movie, which does make it impossible to watch. The pacing is non-existent. It's just one long,
The shots are so long.
What are the machines called when they take your pulse and you flatline? It's one long flatline. That's what this movie is.
I'm a lie detector machine.
You're just
an EKG or whatever?
Yes, the whole time. But that was Lucas's vision, to have the Wookiees talking without any subtitles. They're just growling at each other and making noises.
Yeah, because the first 10 minutes is just Wookiees just going back and forth, living their little daily life. I mean, it's just a domestic life with Wookiees, and there's no subtitles.
We have to just interpret what we think is happening.
Yeah,
which can be kind of fun. You can make the voices for the characters, and you can be funny.
You can have fun, but just imagine you're in 1978 watching this. I doubt there was a single person going wow, that's a lie, because plenty of people who love Star Wars, and I'm sure, and even though this movie is recognized as complete trash, I'm sure there were some people in 78 who did like it, right?
No, people hated this film.
Never mind.
The people did not like it. I'm sure there's someone that did,
There's some freak out there who
I'm
like
sure
this,
maybe
right?
a small child or something might have was like, oh, Star Wars, and I love Star
A small child who was dropped on their head multiple times.
No comment. But I also do think I do think that children can be very smart. When something's good and when it's not. You can tell, even as a kid.
Sure.
I mean, you might still watch the thing because it's on and you don't know where the remote is.
Yeah.
But you can tell like, oh, this isn't good. So, but it was panned. No, people hated the movie.
Okay, just making sure. It's not revisionist history everyone hated this.
And they truly did though.
Yeah.
So George Lucas basically though, he wanted all that Wookiee stuff in the beginning. He wanted to be centered around the Wookiees, no subtitles. Boo! I don't want that. And so when the studio looked at it, they were like, "This is a hot mess. We have got to add in segments or something because what is this? None of it makes sense." So it turned into like this variety show situation.
Oh wait, so the reason we had all the weird stuff that's going to be in the movie that we're going to talk about. That's why they added the variety crap?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this really is his fault.
Yeah. I mean, it's George's fault. It's the studio's fault. It's producer's fault. It's the director's fault. It's everyone's fault. So the whole point of the movie is it was supposed to keep people's interest before the next movie came out, which to me is just kind of weird because people went insane for Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't think they needed
absolutely
help.
Nuts. I don't think the interest was going to die down.
What do people forget about the characters? Yeah.
So this was just really not needed. It came out 1 year after A New Hope. But I do know Empire Strikes Back came out, 3 years after A New Hope? Something like that, 3 or 4 years. And I just really, it wouldn't have died down. People would have still been hyped for Star Wars.
Yeah, and if anything, this probably killed some people's hype for the second movie.
Well, in spite of this horrific special, people obviously still went out there to watch the next Star Wars
1980
movie.
Whatever, when the second one came out. Sir, are you going to see the new movie, Empire Strikes Back? No, I saw the Star Wars holiday special recently, and it truly offended me. I would no longer be supporting George Lucas in any of his endeavors. I'm sure that interview is out there somewhere. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
This could have been the last Jedi of their time, those people's time back in the day. This holiday special could have been their last Jedi. But people said, no, we will still continue to trust the Star Wars brand. And we will return for the next entry into the story.
Sure.
They did, though. If this had happened today, they would have lost 50% of the fans or whatever, because fans now are just any kind of fandom. Doesn't matter Star Wars. You burn us once or twice and we're like, okay, I'm going to go spend my time
I don't know if that's true
else.
Because it just would have been on Disney Plus and it just would have been like, if we're thinking about it in like a modern way, it would have been on Disney Plus. People would have looked at it and been like, wow, they really messed up. We really should fire Kathleen Kennedy, whatever her name is.
Well, if this came out, though, after Boba Fett, after Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then we got this holiday special, people really would have turned their back on Star Wars.
They would have come for her head. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, my gosh. They would have came for her head. That woman has done so much for us. People, I mean, she's messed up Star Wars.
She's done so much for us.
But she has done a lot for the entertainment community, the movie community.
Do you have some, like Hey Arnold-esque, like Helga Pataki shrine of Kathleen Kennedy in the closet, baby?
No.
Do you secretly worship her?
No.
Like the Wookiees do their weird light bulbs in this movie?
For Life Day?
For Life Day,
Maybe the whole point of Life Day was to celebrate Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh.
That's the point of Life Day.
At the end of the movie, there was like a superimposed image of her head just above the stars. My Wookiees.
Yeah, that's
my family.
So they got some semi-big names for this movie.
For the time, yeah.
For the time, Miss B. Arthur.
Oh,
Arthur?
Monstrosity? Diane
Carroll. And the band Jefferson Starship. And there's some other people, but I don't really know who those people are.
Listen, I heard some of the names they were getting rattled off, and I was like, I don't even know who you are. And so I just kept it moving.
They really wanted to get Robin Williams, but he said no.
Good for him.
He dodged that bullet, yeah.
Yeah, he knew better than that.
There could have been scheduling conflicts
or
something.
Sure.
But we could have had Robin Williams.
Who was he going to be,
special.
do we know?
Yeah.
Just some guy?
I don't know who who he was gonna be. He could have just been some guy to come in and have a comedy little spot.
Yeah, okay, because there are multiple things.
There's different segments.
We'll talk about it, but I could definitely see him being like the chef lady.
Yes, I was gonna talk about that cooking segment, and it was like because it was very Madea-like. Clearly, it was a man,
sure,
dressed up like a woman, very big-breasted, boxy lady had extra arms hidden back there.
Very nice.
And she's bending and snapping and whipping and flipping. And
and it's the thing with these, like, I guess it makes sense if they were looking from the perspective of like it's a variety show. Why these things went on for so long?
Mm-hmm.
They went on for so long. They just kept going and going, and like that's what we're saying. Like, but the pace was off because, like, honestly, if these things weren't in there, what was going to be 45 minutes of Wookiees grunting at each other,
right?
Like cutting to Han, cutting to other little set pieces, and then it's over.
Yes,
because with like those segments were long. Like that cooking thing took forever, and it would cut back and forth between her cooking and then what's her name, Mala, trying to recreate the recipe, and you're just like, okay, what does it got to do with anything?
Absolutely nothing. We don't know the Star Wars lingo or language either, so that's also a hindrance to the film.
What you mean?
Well, like the cooking instructions, which is, I guess it's funny. She's like, grab the snort
the
splat,
banta, the banta
or
loin.
Whatever. She's making. I thought you meant
we don't know how to speak Chewbacca.
Well, we don't know how to speak that Wookiee or whatever.
I say what I said.
Yeah, we don't know how to speak that, but literally every scene is just like 5-10 minutes way too long. Like cut, and there's a reason for that. We're gonna get to it. There's a reason for that. Probably the best part of the segment was of the holiday special is the cartoon portion.
The cartoons
the
are
animated
fun,
portion,
I guess,
was pretty cool. It was just one. There was just that one.
There was only the one
animated section. Yeah,
with Boba Fett.
Yes,
that was the one. Why did I feel like there was like 2 or 3 of them?
No, there was just one. It was
My life is a lie.
It was really cool. Apparently, it was done by a Canadian company called Nirvana. And George Lucas was wanting to do like a show, like a cartoon show thing, which I think they ended up doing the there was a droid cartoon back in the day, and I don't know if this company ended up doing that, but it kind of looks really similar to the art style in the holiday special.
Sure.
And there was also an Ewok cartoon that I don't remember ever watching, but it did look vaguely familiar when I was looking some of this stuff.
And that came
up.
After all this, right?
After all of this, yeah. After all this stuff.
Well, I mean, you say the company was called Nirvana.
Uh-huh.
Well, Harrison Ford must have pissed off somebody who worked at Nirvana because they did Harrison Ford dirty. His face was tore up from the floor
up. Harrison Ford's cartoon face was
he looked like Joe Camel or something.
I thought he looked like Andy Samberg.
All the above.
Like really big, long face, big, long nose.
I see it, yeah.
It was very, I don't know.
Interesting choice.
They did him very wrong. They did. And Harrison Ford does not look like that. He's a good-looking guy.
Does he though? Maybe he does.
No, even a what is it? A caricature? Of him? No.
Wouldn't he even look like that?
No, they failed. They absolutely failed.
The disrespect.
So the director, whose name was David Akomba, ended up leaving in the middle of shooting the project.
What happened?
Because one of the producers, I guess, basically was like, I think we should do this or that this way.
Okay.
And he said, fine, you do it. And left. And
so he just washed his hands of the project?
He washed his hands of it and just left. So essentially, producers ended up directing this.
That would explain the choices made.
Not only did they direct it, though, they ended up editing the movie as well.
Ew.
Which is why we get these long scenes.
Ew.
These long, scenes of just Wookiees grunting and
looking
the
at the camera
long
for too
dance
long.
circus segments.
That was the first thing, y'all. It was some weird dancing hologram segment that Lumpy was just having a good old time looking at. Lumpy was giving us a lot of faces with that dance. And okay, so all right, so that would explain That would explain more of that. So it's like they didn't know how to cut around it. Like I'm sure they had like a quota to meet. Like this has to be 2 hours with commercials. So we have to.
And it was 2 hours with commercials.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like they needed to have these scenes drawn out. They were like, I don't know, listen, this is all we shot. Well, how about if we just linger, well, can we get more Wookiee action in there? They're like, well, no. Okay, well then more pirouettes from the dancers then.
Well, the thing about that is the director got most of the Wookiee stuff done before he left, which is why we still do see a lot of that, and probably why they stretched the scenes and didn't cut them.
Wait, so David did a bunch of that? Oh, so David didn't know what he was doing either. So no one knew what they were doing. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I would think someone would have edited it down, like actual editors, but they didn't even have actual legit editors.
Producers.
They have people that don't do that. That's not their job. It's not to edit the film.
Did George Lucas ever visit the quote-unquote sets
He
at all?
did a lot in the beginning.
And he was like,
but
this is shameful.
As filming and things started wrapping up, I mean, not wrapping, but
starting to get going.
As started ramping up. There we go.
Ramping.
For Empire Strikes Back. They started seeing him less and less and less until he just stopped showing up, basically.
It's just Cousin George just standing there. He just slowly disappears.
Until he just stopped showing up, right. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so apparently the Wookiee costumes, all the costumes in the whole special, nobody could breathe, basically. No air circulation, hot, people were passing out.
Well, yeah, like, specifically when they went to what?
The cantina scene.
The cantina scene. A crap ton of extras, I guess. And I guess, bigger fans of Star Wars tell me there were a bunch of the aliens and creatures, whatever, were from the original cantina scene. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, but apparently they were struggling. They could not breathe. They
had to have oxygen tanks on set. Jesus. They had a nurse come in because between shots they would give them a little bit of oxygen and let them breathe. Jeez. It took them apparently 24 hours to film that cantina scene. Like start to finish, 24 hours.
Including the singing?
There.
Including B. Arthur singing?
I mean, I guess. I don't know how. Yes, I mean, I guess so.
Pretty impressive.
But the actress that played Lumpy,
go on.
It was so hot apparently in that Lumpy costume that she ended up losing 10 pounds.
Oh, good for her. Good for her.
No.
You want to know how I look? I look this good
The
now?
Lumpy diet.
The Lumpy diet.
Yep.
Simply sweat your heart out.
Just sweat your heart out. Poor thing. Yep.
Okay.
So she ended up losing 10 pounds. Well, absolutely crazy.
Well, that's why Lumpy's face most of the time was just giving that 1,000-yard help me stare.
Oh yeah.
Was because the actress in the Lumpy costume couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
She was dying. Yeah. Apparently, right. Mark Hamill had just
Mark, yeah, he was in there.
He had just had a really bad car accident.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars fans, we know of this. We heard of this.
Yeah.
Which is why he looks a little different in this. He's got a lot of makeup on.
Yeah.
A lot of caked up on makeup. And for some reason, the man can't blink. I don't think he blinks once.
I don't think he blinks once in the whole special. Listen, he is staring down Wookiees and humans alike in this. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's an interesting choice.
It's funny because they probably saw the company that did the cartoon must have seen the footage of Luke in this special because Luke as a cartoon, he has the biggest eyes, and they just they look like they're gonna take your soul away, honestly. And I don't think he blinks in the cartoon either.
Yeah, I don't think he did. You know what? You were absolutely probably
his eyes
right
were doing way too much in that little segment.
None of the actors really wanted to do it. That's a pretty well known fact. Harrison Ford didn't really want to do it, but he ended up doing it. And you can see he don't really want to be there. Kind of in the end, the last couple of shots.
Oh yeah, he looks
just
miserable.
I hate this.
Well, because I was looking for that, but it wasn't until close to the end where he was just looking completely done.
It almost looked like he fell asleep.
And his voice work was probably some of the worst voiceover shit I've ever heard. It was so bad.
And Carrie Fisher gave them a stipulation. She said the only way she'd be in it is if she could have a song, if she could sing. And her song is not bad.
It's not bad.
She sings about Life Day, and her voice is great. I've never heard Carrie Fisher sing before, but she had a beautiful voice.
Lovely voice. Her eyes were vacant, but lovely voice. Yeah.
Well, the story is she was high as a kite.
While filming. That's the story that the majority of the cast, ha ha he he. I believe it though. I believe that to get through the shoots, they were just look, Luke, smoke this, brother.
No,
we have to get through this.
Well, poor Carrie had a pretty bad drug addiction.
I know that.
We know that.
Why you bring?
I'm not talking about just smoking. So I'm saying she was doing hard, heavy stuff. Like
what, baby?
she was having issues, you guys. I don't know. We're new to YouTube, and I just don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble. We're not red letter media. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. So anyway, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. She sung her heart out in that last song. It was pretty great.
She didn't die right after the shoot, baby. It's fine. Okay. Okay.
So apparently the movie had a $1 million budget.
1 million. Okay.
A $1 million budget.
What is that like in like 2022 money? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, go on.
But why?
$1 billion
is the question. Like, why?
Why?
Where did it go?
Oh, well, I mean, it probably
what was
went
it used on? It
probably went to. Well, I was making a joke there, but I won't. I won't make that joke. Mountains of snow.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
like it went to the actors. How about that?
It went to the actors, probably $1 million.
It went to the actors, and it went to the animation company. That's about it.
So, as we talked about earlier, people absolutely hated the film, like hated it. CBS only aired it the one time on November 17th, and then they continued to try to sweep it under the rug like this thing never existed. And the only reason that we really know about it today is because they had introduced a little thing.
What's it called?
Called a VCR.
Never heard of it.
And people had started using it on everything. So, you know, obviously they had marketed, hey, we've got this Star Wars holiday special coming out. It's going to be November 17th. Make sure you're there with your families. Yes. Yeah. So people recorded it. And people started selling the VHS bootleg tapes. Yes.
You go down to your local bodega and
people started selling the tapes, pushing them around. And it was George Lucas, notoriously, he hated the special. Who wouldn't? It's just that bad, you guys.
Okay.
George Lucas was like, I hate this. He would go and try and buy as many bootleg copies as he could just to get them off the market, like get them out.
He would show up in like disguise. Hello, my name is Lord Jukas. I want all of, how many do you have? Oh man, okay, Lord Jukas. I got about 10.
Lord Lucas.
I got about 10 of them right now. Okay, I'll take all of them. What you mean all of them? How many do you have? I'll buy your home. Give me everything you own, please. Okay, interesting. Wow.
Yeah, so
he failed. He
did fail. He wasn't able to buy every copy, but he did try. Carrie Fisher said that she was given a copy at the end of shooting the holiday special.
And she stomped on it.
And she said she would play it at parties when she wanted people to leave.
That's funny. What? Carrie was funny. Yeah.
She was really funny. So she was like, wrap it up. Yeah. Everybody go home. She would put on the Star Wars holiday special to get people to leave, which is genius. Absolutely genius.
She just looks over and the party goers just look over and they see on the TV or whatever playing just a bunch of Wookiees talking to each other. We have to leave.
This movie though is the first time that we get Boba Fett. So there is some contribution to this film in the Star Wars lore, whatever, blah blah blah.
This was the first time we had Boba Fett.
This was the introduction to Boba Fett. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
First time we saw him, and there's a company, Keener. Keener was the company that would make all of the Star Wars toys before Hasbro bought the rights or whatever. And so that Keener was really hyped for this thing. Like, we're going to make toys, we're going to make money, just like from the first Star Wars film, you know? And they had made Chewbacca's whole family, like little toys. None of them saw the light of day. None of them saw the light of day. The only thing...
Lumpy was never available for purchase?
And I don't think Boba Fett from the holiday special was made either. I think
they made him after the second movie came out.
Well, no, because I think he still was a toy that came out early to kind of introduce, some more hype around him, because that was the thing. The toy came out and people were really psyched for the character. And then when the movie came out, it was like, okay, cool. And then he dies, like instantly. Spoilers, it was like a thing. Like that people were like, what? How you gonna introduce this character and make him seem like a big deal and then he just dies, you know?
Yeah.
But the toy companies were upset because they thought they were gonna make some money and they didn't. Also,
those poor toy companies.
Also, this is the first time James L. Jones was actually acknowledged as the voice of Darth Vader.
Who?
James Earl Jones.
What'd you say, L?
I said Earl.
You said L.
I said L.
You said James L.
Can I just start over?
Listen, the black man from Lion King, he got credited He got credited as Darth Vader.
This is the first time Mufasa was credited as Darth Vader.
Thank you. Get it right.
In any Star Wars production. So in the first movie, and he wasn't mad about it either. In that first movie, he just thought he was like VFX, like extra. So he didn't even think he kind of needed to deserve.
Oh, so he didn't know his worth.
Exactly to be credited as Darth Vader.
That's what that is. Okay.
But he was credited here as Darth Vader. You know, his voice. And apparently, if this movie had done well, the plans was to have a Star Wars holiday special every single year.
Oh wow!
Every year.
We could have had so much more material.
Right. We could have had a holiday special every year from 1978 if this thing had became a big hit. But it did not. And so now we don't have those.
So, yeah, it's funny that they say that, but it was never going to be a thing. Like
we could have had more. They did recently do, there is a Star Wars holiday special on Disney Plus, but it is Lego. It is the Lego Star Wars holiday special.
Are they kind of like trying to recreate this, or is it its own thing?
I've never seen it, so I have no idea. I do know a lot of the new characters are in it. It's just a couple years. Okay. Like Rey and Finn and, all those characters are in it. I think there are some legacy characters. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But
okay.
But right now, that's the only thing Star Wars currently is claiming as their holiday special. But this movie is still canon.
What? This movie is canon?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So along what?
So we don't know why Chewbacca chooses to leave his family.
Because his family is never brought up again.
They're never brought up again. He just hangs out with Han Solo. Maybe
his true life partner.
Right. Maybe because Marla and Han Solo were giving each other googly eyes in the holiday special.
Yeah.
I mean, Marla was undressing Han with her eyes. It was wild.
I thought Marla had X-ray vision the way she was looking at certain characters.
I was like, are they going to kiss? Yeah. What is happening here? Like, I think Lumpy is really Han Solo's son.
I think so. I mean, Han was reciprocating too. So
he was the first one to hug Lumpy, picked Lumpy up.
Well, like Chewie acted like he didn't even know who his people were. He was just like, "Oh, I'm here."
Chewie was acting like he was about to shoot him. He's standing there in the doorway with his
blaster.
Black Black Caster, his gun or
Black
whatever.
Caster.
He has it's a name for
it. It's
a
a name
gun.
for it.
I mean,
okay.
I've said it wrong. Don't let me know in the comments, but let me know in the comments. I really don't care. Just comment. But yeah, he looks like he's about to shoot everyone.
It looks like he's about to massacre his family. He's like, I know Lumpy wasn't mine. I knew it this whole time.
And Han's like, bye, gotta go. Like he is out the door. But that's the Star Wars holiday special, and it definitely lived up to the hype. It was bad.
Well, I mean, look, honestly, we've kind of barely scratched the surface with some of the stuff that's in there. There's famous characters like Hole in Head
guy. Yeah,
he was a guy at the cantina. His
no
whole,
means no.
His whole, I mean, he was very grabby with.
He was
with,
very
with
grabby with B.
He has a hole in his head. He looked like a volcano man. he was sipping on liquids through his head.
Through the head
y'all,
hole.
very very disturbing. There was a part where Han juked a stormtrooper off of like the balcony, broke his ankles, then he broke the banister or whatever. And I'm sure he broke everything else on the way down.
Yeah,
he barely moved. Like it was such odd stakes. It was really it was just a low. It was really just. It was an odd experience. Like, it took me back. It was really weird. It really just sucked the energy out of the room when we were watching it, y'all. It was like when we quote unquote joke saying that it was sucking our souls away. It really was.
Oh yeah.
By the end of the stream, I was like slumped over.
We were like, "Good night, everybody. We're done. Nope, we're not gonna do anything else. This was so bad. Like, I just want to get in the bed now. Like, it was crushing. It was crushing. It's just like a waste of your time.
I mean, we didn't even talk about the one scene where Itchy, the elder Wookiee, was watching.
He went into like cyberpunk VR. And it was this beautiful black lady. It was what was her name?
What was her name? She was singing. She was singing. Well, I mean,
Diane Carroll.
There you go.
Carroll.
before she started singing, she was seducing that Wookiee.
She was like, "Are we alone?
Are we alone?
Do you feel good?
The pleasures I will show you.
I'm yours now."
And him with
Very
that big ass,
weird.
with his big ass lip, just oh,
Grandpa's gonna get his. It was
God.
It was very, very strange.
I mean, like multiple musical numbers. Truly a fever dream. Y'all.
I was uncomfortable for a lot of it.
Yeah, and you know what? The movie did not know how to end. It kept like
did.
You kept thinking that, all right, surely this is the last shot of the movie.
Nope.
No, there's 10 more minutes. No, there's actually 15 more minutes.
Right.
It just kept going and going. You're like, okay, they've made it to Life Day. Carrie has sung. The movie's over. No,
Nope.
there's more. There's more. Oh, let's come back to the family. Let's go over here. Let's go over there. And then mercifully, the movie finally does end.
Unceremoniously.
Yeah, that word.
Oh. It was a struggle. It's a struggle to talk today, apparently. But, I mean, I guess, I feel accomplished in the way of, like, everyone that's a Star Wars fan should watch it, and I've done that. I put myself through that. If I can watch the prequels and, was it Rise of Skywalker and Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, then I can watch this. Although this is worse than all of those.
Oh, it is. Yeah, truly. It is the worst Star Wars related anything.
It's the worst Star Wars thing I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't let off the hook some of these other trash things, but it's just that bad.
They know better at this.
Yeah.
I'll give them a little credit. Back in 1978, they didn't know what they were doing.
They didn't know.
So,
I mean, really, you say if you're a Star Wars fan, really, I think if you say you like cinema, you should be forced to watch this movie. I mean, it feels weird even saying movie. You should be forced to watch this thing.
Sure. And it's easily accessible, you guys. You can find it
on YouTube.
It is there.
I mean, which is kind of shocking. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised it's there. Like, truly, like, at the time of this recording, it is there.
It is there right now.
I mean, George came by YouTube.
Up. Yeah, he gave up eventually and said, "I'm just going to let this do what
I'm
going
to buy Google. No one will see this."
Right. Yeah, well, because of the internet, it grew traction. It grew because a lot of people had just never
seen it.
If you weren't alive in 1978 and your family didn't record it back, you just missed it.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people missed it, but it is definitely taken on its own life now, and it is, it's a thing. It is a tradition for some around the holidays. It won't be one for me, but some people do.
We're one and done.
Pop out the Star Wars holiday special. Won't be me though. I'll keep on watching my Elf and Arthur Christmas and those things. Yeah, good Christmas movies.
Pour one out for Lumpy.
Well, we're gonna talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
We can touch on that real quick,
which is a spiritual successor to this in some ways.
Oh, I don't know all that.
Sweet homage, or
is it even that?
There are definite similarities to the two. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It's now on Disney Plus. You guys, directed by James Gunn. I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was very cute. Justin didn't really like it.
I didn't really like it. Like, I like seeing the characters and, oh, look, it's really them. And like, I don't know what the budget for this was. It didn't look cheap or nothing like that. It's just nothing that happened in it. I really cared. I didn't really care about it.
It's just a little slice of life. It was a slice of life.
I get it.
Episode for the Guardians. 40 minutes is harmless.
It felt longer. I like seeing them in their environment interacting with each other. Other than that, like it was very surface level what I liked about it. Everything else, no.
Well, it just wasn't for you.
It wasn't. I mean, you ask people what are your favorite Marvel movies, and there's so many of them. Oftentimes, people will say Guardians 1 especially. They'll say, "Oh, I love the first Guardians movie." I thought the first one was just okay. I don't know, like what? Don't look at me like that.
So, what's your favorite Marvel movie?
She is giving me some looks right now.
What's one of your favorite?
How dare you? Peter Quill?
It's not just Peter Quill though.
But it's mostly Peter Quill.
It's the whole movie. It's the whole freaking movie. I mean, he did it. It was great.
Baby, I like the movie fine, but I'm not over here going like, yeah. I didn't go for Guardians.
What did you go for?
Have we talked about this a few times on this various podcast?
Well, maybe they didn't hear it. So what did you go
for? I like Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Gotcha. Okay, moving
I
on.
like Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse doesn't count.
I like Guyver. Listen, I like these are the things that I enjoy. Okay.
Guyver's has nothing to do with this.
Wait, you know Guyver is Marvel, right?
Is it really?
Played you again.
Okay. Anyway, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, it opens up with an animated segment. The Star Wars Holiday Special also has an animated segment. I thought that the animated parts in Guardians was great because it was rotoscoped, which I think the Star Wars animated stuff, the Star Wars Holiday Special animated stuff was rotoscoped.
You think so?
Some of it looked like it and some of it
didn't. Some of it didn't. Yeah, it was a mix.
But it was giving me that Hobbit, like that animated Hobbit movie that came out in the 70s or 80s. It was giving me those vibes.
I said it kind of looked like Dungeon Master or whatever?
I don't know anything about Dungeon Master.
Is it that one thing where it's like a like choose your own adventure, and if you lose, it shows like a death animation or whatever.
Oh, the video game.
Yeah. Is that Dungeon Master?
Was that rotoscope?
Wait, that's Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
I don't know. We're going off topic.
Is the word dungeon in there somewhere?
Maybe. Let us know in the comments if you know what game we're talking about.
Back to the Guardians.
But I really like that segment showing Yondu like being like, I hate Christmas, and
that was the best part about like the beginning of that, and then showing the ending with how that wrapped up was the best part. I
thought it was cute.
That was cute. I wish that was the only part of the show. I wish it was a 5-minute short.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, go on.
I like the introduction of Cosmo, the little space dog. She's adorable, and she has like telekinetic powers, and
yeah.
I was just like, who? What? Huh? What? Who is this?
They were doing some things.
They were doing some things. They dropped some bombs.
Well, I think the main reason I don't like the special is because what the premise is, Drax and
Mantis.
Drax and Mantis, they overhear the story, or they know the story that what's the one Finn boy who now has Yondu's shark fin thing.
Mm-hmm.
He tells a story about how Yondu was, crushed Peter's dreams as a kid about Christmas, and Drax and Mantis want to make Peter happy. Really is Mantis, because apparently Mantis is Peter's sister.
Yeah, apparently.
Which I guess is that crazy of a thing. I mean, is that canon in the comics? Do we know?
Don't be asking me. Okay. I have no idea. I didn't read the Guardians comics.
Well, these are your people. Who did?
I'm like, who did?
Well, I mean, granted, it's not the craziest thing to put out there. Like, the whole point of Peter's dad was that he was putting his
ego.
He was putting his ego out there.
Right. He was planting many seeds.
Many a seed.
But he kept Mantis around because he would kill, his spawn that wouldn't. They weren't able to hold the power or whatever, like Peter could anyway. But Mantis helped him sleep, so that's why he kept Mantis around.
Well, I knew that's why. Okay, so
that's why she didn't die.
This was news, though, right?
This is news to us, yes. But I think she kind of always knew, but she just didn't tell Peter.
Say nothing. Okay, anyway, so they want to go to Earth to make Peter happy, get them an amazing gift. The perfect Christmas gift. And could you guess what it is? Baby, go ahead.
It's Kevin Bacon.
It's Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God. Just don't talk about the special anymore.
It's Kevin Bacon.
It's Kevin Bacon, which is really sweet because if you kept up with it, you know how much Peter loves Kevin Bacon.
So it makes sense. It's not like a, random thing, but...
And then like once again, it's just a slice of life little fun thing. They go to Earth, people are scared of them, and I thought that was funny. The lady crying in the street.
That was funny. That was funny.
Sees I forget the name of the new spaceship.
The Nebuchadnezzar.
It's not the Milano anymore. It's the Bowie.
The Bowie. Okay.
I love it. I just love it. I love the Guardians. The Bowie. And so they're going looking for Kevin Bacon. They get one of those maps to the stars houses, and it's actually his house, and I like the whole Drax breaking in. I enjoyed it. Them chasing Kevin Bacon around his house.
There were parts of it that I enjoyed. Parts of like pretty much all of the movie that I enjoyed but I don't know, some things went longer. Drax and Mantis were trying to do some jokes. And their keywords trying. I don't know. Like some of it worked, some of it didn't. I think the stuff that worked was fine, but the stuff that didn't work for me just really didn't work. And I
did you not like that song in the beginning?
I didn't like. Well, the song was like my face during a bunch of this was just like a grimace. I was just like, ooh, okay. I don't know why I feel these things. I want to like this. Slightly cringy.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't like the song very much, but Peter's reaction to the song helped a lot.
It did.
Because he's like, that's not the lore. I mean, he was just like not impressed. I don't know. I think just because I like the character so much, they want it. It didn't take much for me. Honestly, It doesn't take much. Like, what's her name? Not the sister, Gamora's sister, Nebula dancing at the end. I mean, there were just a lot of moments.
It was little stuff like that I did enjoy.
Her giving Rocket Bucky's arm.
That was good.
I was like, how'd she get Bucky's arm?
That was good, yeah.
As just payoffs. There were just some payoffs.
Yeah, it was little stuff like that I did enjoy. I don't know. I just think it was maybe it was just too much. It was too much Kevin Bacon.
Oh, too much Kevin Bacon for you.
Too much Kevin Bacon. I like Kevin Bacon.
You like him? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Tremors.
I mean, who
all
doesn't
time
like
movie.
Kevin Bacon?
You've seen that?
Hasn't really done
you've seen
wrong.
that one show called The Following about certain people who do stuff. Great show.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so I do enjoy Kevin Bacon, but I just think I don't know. Like they tried. Not that they tried too hard. Maybe it's part of it that they tried too hard with some of the comedy. It just didn't land with me. And
I get that. I mean, some of it wasn't funny, but a good chunk of it for me personally was funny. I liked it.
Well, in my opinion,
the Jedi are bad.
Yeah,
so,
in my opinion,
right. It is way better than the Star Wars Holiday Special, though. You got to give it that.
I mean, I guess it's better, but that once again,
there is no
as we established.
That's
not saying much.
Yeah.
You know what? If Lumpy was in there, it would have been better.
It would have been better if Lumpy was.
Peter would have slept with Mala.
Peter would have slept with Mala. You're right about that. Yeah, Peter is Lumpy's real father. Now that we're talking about it,
it's come full circle.
And they did just drop the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer, which looks amazing. They better not kill really Rocket because it's looking like Rocket's going through it in that trailer.
He's going through, but I don't know if he's going to die. He just looks like he's...
Baby, they have been... See, you don't keep up with this stuff like me.
Okay, here we go.
They have been dropping hints. The characters, like the actors, like this is it. For this line of the Guardians, this is it. And Rocket's line in the trailer where he's like, one last whatever. Sure. He's laying on that table looking all sad. Ride. He's hugging some... What was she?
An otter.
An otter? Who is that?
Some cute otter getting hugged, him and Rocket.
I'm so excited. I was like, they're hugging. What's happening?
Yeah, look, the Guardians movie did look good. I wish I was watching that instead of the Christmas special.
It's got our boy in it playing Adam Warlock, our one British guy. British actor.
I don't know.
We did know
his
name.
Is he British?
Paul something. Isn't it Paul or Peter?
What?
Is he a Paul or a Peter?
He's a Simon, I bet.
Is he a Simon?
I don't know his name, baby.
We did know his name.
He's in the Maze Runner. He's had like a slight glow up.
He had a major glow up.
Major glow up.
What are you
talking? Excuse me. Yeah.
Major. I don't know how much muscle that guy put on, but he put on a lot. Will Poulter.
That's
our guy, Will Poulter.
Y'all, I had to cut out 20 minutes. Erica was looking at Will Poulter, and she was just staring at images. Look. Y'all won't hear that part. She was just like, ooh.
I just got lost. I got lost in the Will Poulter of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. Look, it looks good. But as far as special, I mean, like, are there like really good holiday specials? Is this one of those things?
What is this question you just asked? What do you mean?
Are there good holiday specials? Give me 3.
The Hey Arnold holiday special is one of the best, first of all.
Does that count?
Charlie Brown Christmas? What are you saying?
I guess that counts.
I don't understand the question.
To me, those are almost just a part of it. So I guess maybe it's because they're so good.
You mean like movie one-off?
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of things like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like before you killed me.
Okay.
What are you saying? Actually, point something at me.
I gotta watch that Hey Arnold holiday special. I gotta find a way.
That wasn't just an episode?
It's just an episode. It is an episode, but it's a Christmas special episode.
That's what I'm saying. Something that's separate from like the lineup or just whatever. You know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me one.
I just did.
Besides Charlie Brown.
There's so many. Everybody does a Christmas special. Bob's Burgers has 1 million at this point. So what? I don't understand the question.
I guess they don't do them in this way anymore. Traditionally,
no,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
One-off thing. No, like the Guardians.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
it's very special that they did that.
I'm like, go back into the like get out of this decade. Go back further. Give me something. Like if there was like
maybe there's a Star Trek holiday special.
Perfect,
Y'all let us know.
Definitely don't
let
know
us
that
know
one.
in the comments what holiday specials we're missing, or let us know what some of your favorite holiday specials are just in general, y'all. Or what do y'all like to do? I don't think they exist. What do you guys like to do around the holidays? Maybe you don't like watching Christmas movies.
How dare you? What do you watch then? Horror
Maybe
movies?
You like to play poker and watch horror movies. I don't know.
Play poker and watch horror movies.
Everybody's different.
Were those like you were trying to think of like the two things like most separate from you?
Yes.
Like watching horror movies and playing poker.
Yes.
Could you imagine drinking bourbon?
If you set me in front of a poker table, I would be.
You would just
so lost.
You would just chop it in half. Like I don't know what to do with this.
I would have no idea what we were doing. Absolutely none.
I mean, yeah, I'm the same way. Like what? No.
I would dust it down with flour and be like, "Oh, this is the countertop where we making Christmas cookies. What is this?"
I mean, I start sweating. People ask if like, "Hey, Justin, do you want to play cards?" I'm like, "Oh no."
It is a little stressful though.
I'm like, "Are we gonna be building the house out of the cards?"
My main thing is like, do I need to use math? Do I need to remember if the queen's higher than a jack?
Can you remind me of the rules of Go Fish?
Oh, God. Anyway, you guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Happy holidays.
Nowhere near it. We'll see you.
We'll continue to do some more Christmas episodes this month. But let us know what you guys think about the Star Wars Holiday Special. What's your history with the Star Wars Holiday Special? Did you grow up with it? Are you like us? Have you just recently watched it? Dear God, did you love it? I
can say, see, look. Just be clear here at the very end. I enjoy watching it because it was something to make fun of. It was content. It was something to laugh at with your friends.
Right.
So in that way, if you say you enjoy it, I totally understand that.
Sure.
But if you come in the comments and say, I enjoyed it unironically, then I need you to explain in at least 2 or 3 sentences. At least 2 or 3 sentences of why you liked it. Okay, anyway, y'all.
Absolute details on that if you really did like it. Also, what do you guys think is going to happen in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie?
Way too many questions.
I want to know, and I want to read the comments, and I want to speculate with everybody in the comments.
Listen, guys. I hope you've written all these questions down. There will be a test. Okay, please, bullet point by bullet point. We need answers to all of this.
I'm going to fail.
Okay, see y'all next time.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Hope everybody has a good day. Enjoy the season, y'all. Watch a Christmas movie. We'll be back with something next week. Don't know what. But have a lovely day.
Bye, humbug.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Barnard Babble. That's BARNARD BABBLE.